Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Pull out your willy and shake it at the moon. It's Pub Chat.
Hey.
You sound like you're dying.
Oh, it's hot.
Is it?
Hot. Well, actually, it hasn't been hot today. It was hot the last couple of days, but it's still 28 degrees in here today. So, massive storms on the horizon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the cloud, the sky went pink. It was just basically looked like the end of the world, this evening. It's incredible.
Yeah. You expected Toto to fall out of the sky with a red slipper in his mouth.
Exactly. Stepped outside for a cigarette and then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Go outside the pub to take a piss in the back alley, and all of a sudden you're in Mumbai. What the hell? Yeah.
Hey, I saw this thing the other day on was it Daily Dose of Internet, where there's a guy he's just sitting in. I think he's doing like a stream or something like that, and he gets struck by lightning in his house.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, didn't get a full force of it, but it was just he was just sitting there and and you see him get zapped.
Imagine that. Holy crap, honey, come on, there's lightning, let's get inside for shelter. But I'm inside now.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
It started made me wondering about all these other sort of things, they say it's safe for lightning and all that kind of stuff. And I wonder just how true that is. They say, it's perfectly safe for a lightning strike to hit a plane. Well, I'm not too sure about that.
You're perfectly Boeing on the side.
You're perfectly safe sitting in the car, which I do, having a cigarette. So
I understand that one because the tires, right?
Well, yeah, they say that, but I just wondered, just really how safe is it? I don't know.
The electricity, the odds of lightning even striking a car, because there's nowhere for it to finish, right? It usually goes for somewhere where it can complete the whole mission, right?
Hey, look, listen, I know the science, but once you start seeing shit like this happening, you think, really. Is science really working? I mean, it's 2025. Science is probably fucked like the rest of the world.
Well, I mean, if it is under the Trump administration, so
Yeah, he's hired so many people at the federal levels that science has just like gone awry.
yeah.
Just knows what it's like.
Yeah, there was the big shooting at the CDC, and right after it was like happened, good old RFK Jr. was tweeting pictures of himself out fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so good on him, right?
Oh dear.
Yeah, and then later on, there was a message that was obviously written by somebody else. Oh, we're so concerned, blah blah, and it was just horseradish.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Hey, have you seen Gavin Newsom's tweets? He's been putting out.
Has he been going? I didn't know.
He's been putting out tweets in the kind of like style of dialogue of Trump. All caps, things in quote. America's favorite governor, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
And he's so handsome.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So we have two American politicians that have a grade 7 or 8 level, communications.
But, well, like people are saying, we're just so used to Trump's tweets that we kind of like become immune to it. It's just how he does it. So when you see someone else doing it, and you think you're fucking crazy,
yeah.
It just highlights how stupid Trump's. Like we needed reminding, it does highlight it.
I saw a comedian the other day. They were talking about how, Trump's slowly trying to rewrite history through the Smithsonian and all these other places where he doesn't want things to be like anybody. You're not allowed to say bad things about white people, right? That kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So the guy's point was, when does this come to education? Because we can all tell his level's low. So is this the whole move with the Department of Education? Get rid of it, because then people can't tell he's one step from illiterate when he's tweeting and stuff,
Yeah, they're gonna change the name of education first. They're gonna spell it with an SHUN.
Yeah. Yeah, miseducation, and end up sounding like some softcore movie,
Oh dear God. Talking to comedians and whatnot, is it just me, or there seems to be a distinct lack of Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, and the Daily Show appearing on YouTube recently? Are they all on a break or something?
Well, I know Kimmel seems to have, gone to Mars or something, because everybody but him hosts that show now. Yeah. I'm
even
surprised.
Then I've not seen any people doing stand-ins or anything. It's just like,
I have
they decided to pull it from YouTube.
No, I've seen people doing stand-ins, but they're not getting the views that Jimmy does, and I mean, half of them have been people that I don't know who they are, so I haven't watched. Right? I mean, just because you were in a movie doesn't mean you can host a talk show. I'm not sure I'm willing to risk time watching it on a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
It's probably what's happened with a lot of people, and it's probably fallen off the algorithm a bit because of that.
Yeah, Diego Luna was quite good, but then once you run out of I'm a Mexican doing the show, the gag starts to run thin a little bit.
Yeah. They need a Palestinian woman to host the show. That would,
Oh no, a Jewish Palestinian woman from Africa
sits there punching herself on you.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But this whole thing with Israel saying, look, the world isn't safe unless we just keep going and totally take this place over. That's just right out of hand. I mean, I'm sorry, dude, but you sound like Adolf Hitler over in Orkistan, right?
I didn't want to bring it up, but you just did, so.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm calling a spade a spade. Dude's being a total, we're just going to deal with these people once and for all, warmonger type, And that's just not cool. It's,
It's not. It's insanity.
Have an ounce of respect for the fact that that border was drawn in your favor at one point. I mean, come on here,
We'll get the Texas governors to redraw the borders afterwards. That's what they seem to be. They seem to be good at that.
In Canada, you got all kinds of issues these days with native groups and bands and so on, and land rights and reconciliation issues and whatnot. I mean, if you apply that same logic to Israel, Gaza, the Strip, the whole nine yards, it's not going to work out well for them. It's just not gonna, so. But it's just the whole war
some
part.
Ancient tribe,
Yeah,
there's probably some ancient tribe that predates all of them that used to be on that land, and there's just like one guy left.
Yeah, I think his name was Ottoman. But it's just so ugly that to have, I mean, you got people being shot just showing up to try to get food aid and whatnot. It's ugly as shit, man. It shouldn't be going down that way.
Yeah, and reporters and oh god,
yeah.
I wouldn't even drive through there with those nice white United Nations vans. It's just like, there's a white van with a blue target on the side of it.
Oh
Brilliant.
yeah. It's too nasty. Everybody's got to stop the hate over there, but they're not going to listen to us. So what are you going to do, right?
So Putin's coming to Alaska.
Yeah, he should be going there to be arrested.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Isn't that what the way it works?
Yeah, I mean, not unless you're Ronald Gump, who praises the people that tried to pull an insurrection on his behalf. But yeah,
the thing is, who decided? I mean, it was the United Nations, wasn't it? Who basically decided war criminal
international court.
International court.
Yeah.
Okay, International Court of the United Nations, wasn't it?
I guess that's how it goes. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So surely they must be going, well, why aren't we going to arrest him? Because Trump won't let us. What's that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, the Alan Watkin in the chat saying U.S. isn't in the ICC. They were, but came out of it, though. Isn't that how it goes? Because
God's sake.
Yeah, Trump can't be a part of anything where somebody might get to override him.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way.
Yeah. Unless it's a bed.
Yeah. Well, especially in bed, though. Nobody in the room's allowed to have a smaller penis than him. That's just the way it goes. He's got the market cornered. Yeah.
God.
And then I heard he just said, what was it? If Putin doesn't agree to a proper ceasefire and a cease of hostilities, then the repercussions to him could be very bad. And then Trump also said, if this talk goes well, then we'll have another one right away and we'll get Zelensky involved and everything. Don't you think he should be there initially, you flatulent fool of a...
I don't know. It's an odd thing. Maybe they need to talk to Putin about Zelensky behind his back before they'll make a deal. They'll sit and giggle about it. And he'll go for it. We know he will. And then they bring him in. I don't know what that's all about.
Imagine being Zelensky. You're in a war with a guy that just literally wants your country destroyed and the idea of Ukraine gone. And the guy you're fighting is getting together with another total bully regimist, and they're going to talk before you get to talk about the ceasefires and stuff. How much faith would you have in Trump being some negotiator and, the thing being equal and honest? And it's such a joke. I would be sitting there thinking, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Well, the thing is, what's funny about it is, like, Trump is such a liar that he probably doesn't understand that, he's not the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
And then he'll have these talks with Putin, and Putin will go, okay, yeah, we'll stop the invasion. We'll draw the lines here.
Yeah.
Ukraine will hand it over to us. And oh yeah, by the way, you're giving us Alaska. What? Yeah, no, that's happening. And then Putin will just go back and go, I had my fingers crossed all along.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then there'll be launches and you'll be like, oh, we're just trying to still get everybody on the same page. Communication is really hard. Oh, yeah. In this day and age, it's really hard. But it'll just be more bullshit, more lies.
Might as well get Netanyahu at the bloody peace.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I just, it's all just a complete, for Putin, it's probably not a bad thing to be seen, doing a little buddy with Trump, because the oligarchy know they own him anyway, right? So, and he gets a distraction from the fact that he used to hang out with sexual predators.
Well, hanging out with Putin probably isn't a good start.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I bet you there's a history there.
Yeah, but MAGA don't see, like, Putin. The hardcore MAGAs don't see it properly, right? They don't get it,
Just before this show, I saw a video titled about the deep, dark histories of the monsters you didn't know. I thought, what shit, was Herman Munster on the Epstein files as well?
That's funny. There's a video that came up in my feed today, and it was the Dragula coffin car from the Munsters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it made me remember the lyrics to that, what's his name, Rob Zombie, in the back of my Dragula. It's a one-seater, dude. I saw the car. It's called Dragula, just like your name of your song,
Yeah, he meant in the coffin.
Yeah. I don't think any of his songs ever had any meaning, right?
You think?
It's just it's as simple as his droning E chord tone that he uses in every fucking song.
Dear. He made a guitar out of a fish tank.
Must have had really thin fish.
Was that him? Yeah, I think it might have been him. Some weird nutter.
Wow. Imagine the fish. You're strumming. It's all just going. Fuck, they'd be brain scrambled before you got to the chorus, man. Let me just get a beverage 1 second here.
Okay.
I remembered, and I have the replacement fan for the black fridge in a checkout. I just have to put one more thing on it before I get the free shipping from them, right? So got to figure something else I need. Hold on.
Another fan. 2 fans. 3 fans. Yeah, Dick's like he likes a bit of fanny. Oh, God, I'm sweating.
All right. Doesn't make you any more attractive. That only works for women.
Yeah.
So, quick update on a personal thing here. My son got his disability check, and we finally got his last piece of ID, and we went over to the bank, and he's got his accounts all set up, and we just have to get one more form. I didn't realize I needed this one form. And then the bank can open his registered disability savings plan, and we get that thing where if we can put away like $8,000 or whatever it is a year for him, they'll match us plus a bit more. And by the time he's retired and I'm gone, he'll have a really good pile of cash to use.
Blow.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. He wanted to use it for blow as it is. And I said, no, dude, you got to slow down on that,
Yeah. I bought a really nice model bus off eBay. I just emptied my bank account.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever it takes, I want it.
Yeah. There we go. Fish tank guitar.
There we go.
Yeah. Every time you strum an E chord, a fish dies.
Yeah, I bet that's got lots of resonance. Not.
You know what, though? I recognize those as very popular plants in the fish hobby. Those are live plants. And that's actually that substrate for plants. Wow. Yeah, this person really actually did it. How are you going to...
You don't swing it around your back, though.
I don't think you do much. Yeah. I don't see anything alive in it.
Well, not anymore. They're all just like at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They swam down the neck. They're hanging in the headstock, right? You know? Liam Wakefield in the chat found that pic. Our moderator there. That's a strange idea. Yeah, it's be heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have been worse. Could have been a Les Paul.
Full of water.
With a little lead.
Yeah. With a Les Paul, you'd have enough room for like 2 or 3 piranha, though, right? As you know. Or one of those big hollow body Gretsch guitars. That's just begging to be made into a fish tank. I'm going to start doing brine shrimp, sea monkeys or whatever. So my fish can have live food. And same with upstairs, my son's fish. So what I was thinking on doing is getting one of the original Macintosh computers and just getting, the glass so I can silicone up a tank that would sit in there, and that would be my feeder tank, right? Yeah,
a lot of people did that with the old G3s and G4s.
Yeah. I don't need anything that big though, because it's just brine shrimp, right? It's actually easier to suck them up into a baster to feed to other things if it's a small environment. But yeah,
just build it into one of those lampshade iMacs.
What's his name? Action Retro, one of those newer guys. He did a M4 Mini into one of those. And I thought, well, it's a really cool idea, except it's such a low resolution panel. I mean, sure, it's color nice and stuff, but it's not high res or anything, No,
but it's all right. It's nice enough as long as you're not wanting to do anything, like that uses your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great for a blind person. Excellent computer. But I mean, what's the biggest one? Was a 17, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you were to look for a 17-inch panel that could go into there, it would have to be 16 by 10, not 16 by 9.
Actually, I think they did a bigger one at one point.
Yeah. Did they do like a 19 or a 20 inch?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just very, very briefly.
Yeah, at the end of its life before the G5 came out.
Yeah. It's a shame they got rid of it because it was such a gorgeous idea.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about here, let me just show you.
It's basically an angle poised lamp.
It's Pixar, right? It's.
Well, they even did the animation the same as Pixar with one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, that swivel head was just fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
it's great. It's good. I mean, the amount of times when I had that, and it was just like, show it to somebody across the room, and you span it around. There you go. Look at that. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you just got to move the whole fucking thing around, and I'll send it to you.
You could spin it 360, so it was really good for like a cash register situation, and it held its own weight, so you could just put it in any position and it would stay there. Awesome. And they didn't charge you $5,000 for it.
No, absolutely amazing. Except mine was on a slight wonk. I never could quite figure that out. It was he never stayed completely straight, but oh well.
And this wouldn't actually work today because everybody wants small bezels and there's nowhere to grab. right? I don't
fuck
understand this
small bezels.
obsession with small bezels. I don't get it.
Yeah. Small big bezels, big tits.
Okay, now you're talking, you know.
Oh, look at the bezels on that.
Yeah, unless you're standing underneath the lifeguard tower, don't say that. Don't say it then.
See, one thing I found interesting was people talking about bezels is it having a large bezel on your screen is more relaxing to the eye.
It's actually better. You're correct. Yep.
Yeah.
A fact that Steve Jobs himself pointed out on more than one occasion, talking about the design of the iMac when they switched from the white to the aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They talked about the fact that the black border's there on purpose because it helps your eye stay in the color zone of the screen and everything. It's actually better, and it's true.
Yeah. But you know, it was a good excuse to use until you know, they took it all away. And
Yeah.
Another reason why not having that anymore is good.
Yeah, but it does actually make sense, you know. And I think
I might get a bit of gaffer tape and just run it around the edge of my laptop just so I've got like a big black bezel.
Yeah. I'd do it to the tablet because then you have a spot where you could grab it without putting it to sleep. And so when you walk across the room and sit down, you realize, oh shit, I'm calling my brother again or whatever, you know, like the first iPad was better with that bezel. It truly was. It was easier to carry around. I've done that rant before, but it drives me crazy. You know, same with the phones. It's just like every time I want to get up, if I'm waiting for somebody to text, I have to shut my phone off because otherwise I'm going to be calling somebody in Indonesia, you know, and they're going to go, oh, fucking Canadian phone scammers, you know. But, you know, like I found it more convenient. I understand it when you look at today's phones compared to the old ones with the bezel, you can go, oh, yeah, look at how old that is. But only because we got rid of them. Otherwise, that wouldn't be the decisive factor, you know?
I think one of the things is, you know, if you think about it, you know, the original iPad was like, what 9-10 inches screen?
Yeah.
And then you got like this 3/4 inch bezel around the outside of it. But then when you get to like the iPad Pro and you're like 12.5 inches screen, you don't particularly want to add an extra, you know, 1.5 inches to the outside of it.
I get that for sure. Right. You know, and with the laptops too. I mean, you know, when Apple, I wish they would have it again, their 17-inch MacBook. Remember that the PowerBook? That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 2 of those.
Yeah, everybody loved those, man.
I liked it so much. I got a second one.
Yeah. To having that screen, it was amazing. But and I wish they would have it now. But I understand, like, get rid of the bezel on a 17-incher because that's already a monster of a laptop, right? You know, I get that for sure.
But it had like a keypad on it as well. It was so big.
Yeah.
A keypad.
Only because they had room for it, right? You know?
Yeah, well, exactly. You know,
and unlike PCs that put the trackpad over under the spacebar, Apple kept it centered. I was always about that because, you know, like, you know, it seemed more natural to keep the trackpad under the spacebar, but you do want the trackpad in the center of the laptop. So I could never decide on that one.
Yeah, but then the trackpads were a lot smaller back then. They're like massive.
Yeah. That's one thing you got to say about in computing for sure. Apple's always led the way with the trackpads, like especially in the modern era of the big touchy-feely ones, right?
I wouldn't be at all surprised at one point there won't even be a trackpad. It would just be
a pad,
built into the body.
I think that's what they were looking for when they started that touch bar system that didn't go over very well. You know, I think that's what they were, you know, thinking of.
I like the idea of it. It was very pretty.
First and last in the chat says, I miss the trackball. When Apple's had trackballs for their trackpad, you know, when they still had the trackball in the old laptops, they were freaking awesome for playing like Missile Command and Centipede. because of that
Yeah.
fucking trackball.
I got a trackball thing years and years ago, just cause.
Yeah.
And I got used to using it because I didn't have like a lot of desk room, so it was kind of like just using it.
Yeah.
Like you do. But I stopped using it and for some other reason whatsoever, and I found it again, dragged it out, and plugged it in and tried to use it. And I thought, these are fucking useless. What was the point? It's awful.
I've often tried those mice that have a trackball, so you don't move it around, you just thumb it, And I always think to myself, my thumb will get so mad it'll never let me jerk off again. It's gonna just be, I'm working it too hard, I mean, that would be weird not to use your thumb. Fucking Apple.
Well, what will you do with your thumb is you
Yeah.
just keep that to yourself.
But sometimes the trackball is the right idea. Like I have, those TV plug and play games. I have the Golden Tee Golf one with a big trackpad, so it plays just like it was back in the pubs and stuff. And holy, is that awesome! You could not play that game without it. You got to have it.
Well, that's the thing. Things that were designed specifically, like you said, missile command and stuff like that. It was designed specifically for the trackpad. You didn't get an arcade machine that didn't have the trackball because that's how the game worked. If you had it some other way, it just wouldn't be the same. And the same as like tank command. Tank command had the two levers.
Yeah, or the what's that classic old game? Is it Robotron where you had two sticks and one stick is your fire direction? That Robotron? Because when you play it, like for home computers, they had to make it so that just hit fire, but you have to hit the direction you want to shoot. So you'd always move slightly in that direction, and it ruined the game. I think it was Robotron. Yeah, 2084. That's it. Yeah. Commander Prankster there knows. Yeah. You have to have the dual sticks, right? Same thing.
It's kind of funny though when you talk about like the early days of home computers. And, you got your Commodore, your Spectrum, or whatever, and it's like you resorted to using the keyboard.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not fun at all. It's rubbish.
I'll say this: I still can't play first-person shooter games with a controller. Give me a keyboard and a mouse any day of the week. I can't do it. I can't play those first-person games with the dual sticks. Every time I touch a modern game console and try, I'm just like, oh, this is fucked up,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't do it.
Let's build it into a multi-million-dollar submersible and send it down to the Titanic. Should have been a trackball in that.
Yeah. Well, see, that was the problem. It was the control interface, right?
Yeah. Should have been a Wii controller.
Yeah. Go up, shits. It's not working. Repair it. Fuck.
Mustn't laugh. But however, there was a report out recently about the the CEO of that company. I can't remember his name now. The guy who built
Salty
that place.
Water.
Salty. Yeah, he is now. But he was apparently a complete narcissist arsehole. And and fired people who didn't agree with him and all that kind of stuff. A real trumper.
Like the people designing the chassis that you would have known better.
The people that said no, don't do that. Go, oh, okay, you're fired then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna die.
God, if only President Trump wanted to make a submarine himself.
I mean, I don't wish bad on people, but I'm kind of glad it took him with it.
Yeah,
and not just his passengers. And sent them down to go and see the Titanic, and they all died, and he got away with it, and then built another one. I'm kind of glad he was foisted by his own petard.
Yeah, it's like the guy with the steam rockets that wanted to show the Earth was flat. At least it was, at least it wasn't anybody else in there.
Yeah. Yeah, like a teacher, like the Challenger disaster.
Yeah.
Let's put a school teacher in it. Boom.
I remember when I heard, he's building a steam rocket so he can go up and proves the Earth is flat. I was like, I don't think they use steam for the Saturn V. Just, you know.
Yeah, well, no, they're all hot air balloons, and you should know
that. Because space is fake.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He could just build a hot air balloon. He'd have gone higher than that bloody thing would have gone.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
He could have built a ladder.
Yeah.
And still gone higher.
Yeah. Exactly. You know? Yeah. It's just unbelievably stupid thing to do.
Mm. But yeah, he was a stuntman, so that's what they do.
Well, I watched The Fall Guy, and he never did that. So,
yeah, he was too busy chasing people on bail. Because for some reason, being a stuntman wasn't paying enough.
Yeah, funny that.
Either he was a shit stuntman, or he was a shit stuntman. That's about it, really.
Well, AI has taken the need for stuntmen out of a lot of situations in Hollywood, and yet they still need you to get rid of like wires and people that shouldn't be there and stuff. So, you outlasted Evel Knievel, dude. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I did less jumps though, and I don't have like steel spine, so
yeah.
In fact, I'm quite spineless.
Yeah. It's funny. You ever go back and watch any of the footage of Evel Knievel doing his stuff back in the day? He wasn't even doing those jumps on like some hardcore big suspension dirt bike or anything. It was just a bike. It's just ridiculous.
I did see a post on Facebook about him the other day, and it was like showed an X-ray of his spine, and all the screws and everything was holding it all together, and then the actual spine itself, all the metalwork is now in a museum somewhere, and it's just this manky, rusty, like wood screws and bits of wire that held his spine together. It's like, really, that was inside his body?
Wow.
Oh my god! But that was a long time ago. So
yeah, crazy stuff, man. I remember the tail end of that in the 70s. You know, it's just unbelievable. Even then, I thought it was nuts. You know,
I can't remember how it all ended. I'm assuming he died in a stunt. Or did he just grow old? Did he rust?
Yeah. Well, all the metal rusted, and one day he was trying to get to the bank, and he just fell on the ground.
Should have undercoated it.
Yeah, well, that was before galvanization, so yeah, it was basically built about as well as a Rover SD1. You ever hear the story?
That's why we changed our money from shillings and pence to pounds and pence.
Yeah, rust was clogging up the cigarette machines. What was I going to say there?
I don't know, but it was incredibly funny.
Yeah, it would have been, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out another time. It's gone. Total sketch, but yeah, I got one step closer to all my son's stuff, and that was kind of on my brain today. And he got his account set up and everything, and he's a happy young adult now, and now I'm just waiting for his mother to find out that her little game completely failed and she lost.
Oh, there'll be storm brewing.
Yeah, he had some time with
cloud rolling in.
Yeah. I can't wait. We had an appointment today to finish his bank account stuff, and so Grandma dropped him off. We went over to the bank, and then I just got her to pick us up from the bank so that she would probably tell her daughter. That's why I say Grandma. It's not my mom, right? And so
you know what you should have done. You should have come running out of the bank with balaclavas on, going, right, go.
That would have been awesome. I should have done that. That would have been hilarious. Yeah. I could have even made it better. Say to the girl, okay, 20 seconds after we walk out the door, I want you to come running out as if I forgot something and you're trying to give it to me. Okay.
Yeah. And have a gun in your hand.
Yeah.
And that the security guy.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so funny, man. Yeah. Well, Felix what would happen would be is I'd be like, okay, bud, we got to go to the bank today, and he'd go and get his balaclava after. I'd be like, no, that was just
yeah, just the once. Yeah. You don't need we don't need the Uzi this time.
Yeah. You're gonna get us killed, kid. Come on. Oh, it'd be funny as hell, though, man. He would for sure. But yeah, it'll be really funny. Any day now, Mom's going to realize that my son has been paid his disability. It's in his account that we opened together for him at our bank, and she has no access. And it's going to be like Vesuvius. Oh, man.
Why, is she eating tacos?
Yeah. No, but yeah, it'll be good. Yeah. I can't wait because I just get to say, I'm sorry, but he's an adult now. He's made his choices. He lives here. So this is naturally how things are going to be. Thanks for trying. And let me know when you're going to be in town for your next visit.
Yeah. Position closed and then just pull down the curtain.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I'm Lucy pulling that football away, and she's Charlie Brown going for the kick. That's exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, you prick.
Yeah, when I went in today, we had to get his photo ID finalized because his mother was hiding his ID. She wouldn't give it to me because she's trying to keep me out of the shit, right? And so I just reapplied for everything because that's what you do, right? And when we were in today to get his photo ID, the girl said, you've had to re-get everything. I noticed here there was a photo ID issued just not that long ago. And I said, yeah, you know how there's like a triangle? There's myself, there's my son, and then there's
the Satan.
Yeah. Well, I can't because he's standing right there. I have to do this without, I'm not going to be that person. Right. And so she caught on right away. And I said, yeah. And their thing is they don't have the ID and so on. And they're just trying to get in the way and make things not happen. And she was like, oh, well, it's easy for us to see that you and your son both live at the same address. And I know that she doesn't. So, here, I can just lock the file so that only you guys are allowed to get at it. Great. Thank you very much. Everything just keeps working, man. It's awesome. Yeah.
Next you want is just like a picture of her at the doorway of the bank, banned from the establishment.
Are you this child's mother? You're not allowed. But yeah, so it's awesome. And we have an appointment coming up. I think did I say this? Because we were talking about it. So he gets his registered disability and get all that stuff in. We cashed his first check today. He got to put a whole whack into his savings already because, we were already budgeted for the month. We didn't really need it, right? So yeah, it worked out awesome.
Well, that's the plan anyways. It's all just going to siphon away and directly into his future funds.
Yeah, I mean, I only need him to chip in a little bit. We've already pretty much got life sorted anyway. So, I should be able to save a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
We're giving him $1,500 a month, and he does not need $1,500 a month. They did take away a little bit from me because he's no longer under me. But even replacing that so that we're the same as we were before, there's a lot of money kicking around. So, yeah, it should be really good for him. Yeah, quite happy about that.
Yeah, be able to put some away for your car.
No, but with his contribution adding to the house in a sort of fair way. I mean, I'm still covering more, but you know what I mean? That does automatically free up a few $100s a month, but that's not enough, right? I got to get it better than that.
Well, I suppose so. We've been talking about this fucking car for so long, you could have had it by now.
Well, it couldn't.
if you were receiving that money.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. You know, so see how that goes. But everything else,
I mean that's half the problem. You know, up till now you've been screwed so royally. Up till now, you know, it seems like you're getting a fortune. No, you're getting just what's actually rightfully yours, and it's just not being frivoled away in other places.
Exactly, right. So yeah, he's on track to be able to save an easy $500 a month, and if you do the math on that, he's 18. So when he's 38 with all the government boost and everything, he'll already be looking at an easy $250,000 saved, if not better. Yeah, I mean, he'll be fine when his pension time hits, right? So, yeah.
You have to teach him how to play golf.
I think Felix would be more of a checkers kind of guy, you know?
Suppose it's cheaper.
Yeah. He really likes the shirts that are meant for people who play golf, like a little collar and a few buttons, short sleeve. He loves those. Christ, he's got
polo shirts.
Yeah, and we've got
which is ironic because polo's a different game.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that funny? That it comes from the polo company from the early 80s that were everywhere. I remember being in like grade 5 and all the boys wore polo cologne and the whole place just fucking stunk
of horses.
Yeah. You know, they had this green bottle polo, right? Well, everything was fucking polo for a while.
We had polo as well, but they were mints.
You couldn't eat ours. Probably kill you. Oh, I remember that stuff. New Smurfs movies out. Anybody out there got kids? Have you seen it? You know, I put it in the Plex server, but I haven't watched it. Felix has said he really wants to watch it, so I hope it's at least good.
Wow, I mean, he's probably excited because Rihanna's in it.
Yeah, well, he likes her from the movie Home, right? Yeah.
How would you know? I mean, what does Rihanna sound like? That's so specifically her vocal qualities that bring something to a voice.
Nasal auto tune.
I just don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
All the chick pop singers do that Britney Spears thing where they have to go up into their nasally voice. You know, the fuck is that about, man?
California girl thing.
Yeah, all of us parents have had enough angsty teen. We're done with it.
I never understood it with these movies, animated movies that have like a huge cast of famous actors doing the voices.
Yeah,
you wouldn't tell them from just Joe the voice artist.
Yeah,
you get the Joe the voice artist in. Can you do like a Ricky Gervais kind of voice? Yeah, no problem. Can you do Antonio Banderas? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can do it. I can do them all. But no, it's all right. It's all right. We got Antonio Banderas in to do it for you, except we're paying him like $2 million, and 30 quid.
But meanwhile, you bring in the big talent, and they're like, I don't feel my character would say, look, your character just got high sniffing oregano because he's a stupid furry fox. Okay, just say the fucking line, you know. Almost drive you crazy, like they go full Crispin Glover on you, or Ed Norton or whatever, right?
I think that's probably one of the reasons why they tend to do recording sessions with just the one artist, so they can't bounce off each other.
Yeah.
So they have to just like follow the script. If they're gonna improvise, it's just going to be a little bit here and there. But you're going to stay on script because this is how we fucking animated it.
Yeah.
And this is the way it goes.
That's what you would have to do, is you'd have to have the animation done first, except for the mouths, so that you could say no, right?
Even then, just lock the mouths in and they have to watch it.
Yeah.
ADR it to the lip sync.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're already through AI to match up to the lips.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how far away are we from being able to bring in voice actors and just simply do a radio play and then have AI simply fill in the blanks as it pertains to like animation and stuff? Because, in animation, if a character has 3 fingers, well, that's how he was drawn. Who gives a fuck? I mean, that's right, Yeah,
we're pretty much there already.
Yeah, I wonder when like somebody like Nicolas Cage will just simply put out 4 movies a year and it'll just be like him sitting in a chair at home with a microphone and then like 5 guys running AI in the background.
He won't even have a microphone. He'll have a Neuralink.
Yeah. You can do it while he's sleeping.
Hey guys, I had a wonderful dream. It's all right, Mr. Cage. We got it down on tape.
Yeah, it's already been out.
It's released tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you missed the opening screening, but it went great. And he'd just be like, "Fine, can I buy another snake?"
But didn't I have sex with Pamela Anderson in it? Yeah. Well, in your dream you did, but she's not on board. So
yeah.
She won't be there.
Yeah, we had to substitute a scene with you alone in the bathroom, but it came off great. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the future of the movies. Can't wait.
Oh, man. Nicolas Cage paying off his IRS bill, one shitty movie at a time. Here, let me get a drink. Hold on.
But the thing is, here's a question for people in the chat. When was the last time you went to a movie? I mean, literally went to go and see a movie. I mean, obviously, I used to do it all the time when I was younger, and it's my business. I should be in the bloody cinema every bloody day. Doesn't happen. Just can't be asked.
All right. Oh, Nick Cage has the emotional range of charcoal.
Yeah.
You
can't say that. No, you can't say that because charcoal has got a lot of range because it's carbon. It could be a diamond. It could be coal. Carbon's got a lot of range. It could be a person.
Yeah, but carbon could be a lot of things, but it's just carbon, and that's Nick Cage. He could be an actor, a performer, an entertainer, but he's just Nicolas Cage.
No. You got to say he's got the emotional range of argon, which is an inert gas and doesn't react to anything.
He's anti-hydrogen because nothing was based off of him.
Well, at least hydrogen is explosive.
It has been a couple of things I saw him in that I did like, though.
Yeah, he's been in some good stuff. I'm trying to think of the name. Raising Arizona. He was good in that.
I haven't seen it.
Of course you haven't. I guarantee you anything I mentioned you haven't seen. But yeah.
He was good in the movie where he's the Las Vegas guy who can actually see into the future a few seconds. And he ends up going on some little thing with Julianne Moore, the cop, and I think Jessica Biel's the pretty girl in it, because there's always a pretty girl,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked what was it? Con Air.
Con Air was okay. I mean, if you go back and watch it right now, I'm not sure how good you'll still think the movie is.
That's true. That's true. And I probably wouldn't put Nicolas Cage at the top of the list on that one. He's got a great co-cast on that one.
The best thing about Nicolas Cage is how quickly he can flip his accent in that movie, because he must use 3, right?
I know. I've never noticed.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm a UK. What am I going to notice about the subtleties of American accents?
Yeah.
There's only 2 American accents. There's the Midwest of Cary Grant, and then you got this Southern drawl of Southern comfort.
Yeah. There was a good one that he did that isn't some mindless action type movie and stuff. What's it called? It's got Taya Leone in it.
That's a Italian dish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like ravioli, right?
Yeah.
Raviolini.
I'm sure she goes great with either red or white wine. Where he's some rich git, and he ends up getting thrown back in time, but not permanently, so that now his life is, if he didn't take off on his high school sweetheart and go and fuck off to be a rich git, and they had stayed together and been a couple into a family and stuff, and then the dude that does it to him comes back and says, okay, well, that was a glimpse, but I don't get to leave you there. You got to go back to your old life. And it was actually a decent movie.
I don't know that one.
Trying to remember the name. Can't remember. Bad Lieutenant. That was a good flick. What's it called? I think it's called Family Man.
What's the one where I really can't remember the what the fucking movie was about, but he ends up in Las Vegas and jumping out of an airplane with like 100 Elvis impersonators.
I got to see that now just because you said that. I mean, what?
Somebody mentioned leaving Las Vegas. Was that?
Is that it?
I don't know. It was. I can't remember what the film was about, but I just remember just like the whole thing was just like full of people in Elvis impersonators everywhere.
Yeah. Leaving Las Vegas, Elvis impersonators, I mean, it sounds like I think you're on the right track, right?
Yeah.
Unless it was the story of, Billy Idol's life or something,
I mean, I have no idea what the film was about. I can't remember.
Oh, there's another one called 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Elvis impersonators. Okay. That kind of makes sense. I'll have to look this up. Anybody sitting in front of a keyboard?
Well, first last says 3,000 miles to Graceland. So
yeah, but with a question mark.
Yeah, well,
I'm not sure that's a definitive statement. I'm not exactly the king of grammar here, but
maybe the question mark was in the title.
Okay. National Treasure. Yeah, I didn't mind that, Adam. That was fun, but it probably would have been even better if they just had somebody who could act.
Thing is, Nick Cage isn't that bad. I don't know why he doesn't bother.
I just think he's an emotional stone, and he just he can never, like, when he's trying to be killer guy, he still kind of comes across as if he's doing a little bit too much heroin, and when he's trying to be I love you, it's still the heroin thing.
Yeah, he's always got that like an emotional face, like droopy.
Yeah. Like that sad dog from the cartoons.
Yeah, droopy.
Okay. Yeah,
that's why I mentioned him. But yeah, no,
he's like Gerard Butler. He's just in any movie that will pay him more than $250,000 to be there.
He's been in some utter shit though.
Oh yeah,
and some incredible shit.
Yeah,
there was I remember on Red Letter Media they was like talking about some horror film that he was in. It must have cost like $100, maybe $200 to make.
Eric Roberts is the same. If you look at his last 20 years of being an actor, there's a couple of okay ones at the very oldest part. And then everything is rated 2.5 or 3. And he probably got paid 20 grand to be there, just enough to keep his alcoholic ass going until the next shitty project.
Well, there was a friend of mine who's also like a VFX artist. He's not particularly very good, but he ended up doing a whole bunch of movies, for low budget movies. So he was doing it for cheap.
Yeah,
low budget movies with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh,
and there was like 10 of them.
Yeah, when his career crashed there for a while, right?
Yeah, I don't think they were even straight to streaming at the time. It was like straight to video sort of thing.
Straight to VHS.
Yeah.
Of DVD, right?
Yeah. Oh no, they put it onto Betamax.
yeah. RCA CED,
But there seemed to be a string of that. I mean, Bruce Willis did that, but Bruce Willis was going through his like a serious.
Yeah, he was just trying to cram some work in at the end, right?
Yeah. And apparently he's like a fucking vegetable now.
Yeah, man.
Really sad.
They're doing the same thing with Bruce as they do with Michael Schumacher, 7-time Formula One world champion that had that brutal skiing accident, and you don't get to see him. He doesn't come out in public, yada yada, blah blah, the whole thing. Very protected person. Yeah, and I respect that. It's none of our fucking business.
But we'll put him in a remote control car and drive him around the track.
Yeah. You imagine.
Like those videos that are going around of a dog sitting in a little car that's driving around, and nobody's actually realizing that somebody's actually driving it. It's a remote control car. Oh, the little doggy's driving the car, mummy. No, he's not, you fucking morons.
There's a guy on YouTube who does videos like that. One of them is a squirrel steals his RC plane and flies it around and stuff. And oh man, Felix loves those videos. He laughs his head off, man.
Well, that goes back to like good old children's television of the BBC for years and years and years ago. Or Tales of the Riverbank, where you got like a rat and a guinea pig and all these and they're basically just like shove them into a set, stick him in a boat, and drive him around, and then you tell these like sweet little stories of these fucking terrified little rodents.
Yeah, I know.
They're shoved around a set.
There's one The Incredible Journey from the 60s from Disney.
Oh yeah.
The two dogs and the cat. And in one scene, the cat ends up going down a river in a box, a little waterfall, just like a few feet and all. And they literally sent the cat. I mean, there's no CGI effects then. They just sent the cat, man,
No, shut up. They had spares. It wasn't just the one cat.
Yeah, it probably took 6 cats to get that shot, No wonder they have that, no animals were harmed, and all the animal rights people show up to movie sets these days, man.
Well, mostly no animals were harmed.
Yeah. I know.
Some were killed. They weren't harmed.
You see some of those old Westerns and whatnot, and it really makes you wonder, some of those horses doing that whole "we pull you to the ground because you're dead" thing don't look like they're enjoying life,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, there was a lot of that in the movies back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Not good. I don't want to see little puppies and stuff getting hurt.
No.
I got no Christy Gnome hiding in me, waiting to come out.
You're not good looking enough.
Yeah. God, I mean, it's been long enough. We can say it now, but if you haven't seen it, the ending credits to the second South Park episode of the season has Christy Gnome going into a pet store, and as soon as the door shuts, she just starts killing everything that is in the store. Just nonstop shooting.
You just see a silhouetted the Flash
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It's funny too, because they a couple days after the episode aired.
Oh, you're going to talk about her response.
Yeah, well, kind of, right? Because at first she was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're in the South Park police cars going off to be ICE. And then they said, oh, we're relevant now or something. And, and then she started bitching. Oh, all they could do is pick on my looks. They can't attack my job. So,
which they did.
Yeah. And then, so very much so. So they posted the credits to that episode, and there was a whole bunch on MSNBC and a few of the other stations that were like, oh, South Park released an unaired clip just to go at Kristi Noem. And what do you mean unaired? It's the credits to the show. It's and it's hilarious because they're all talking like, oh, South Park's so great and blah blah blah. Obviously you didn't watch it, otherwise you would have known that wasn't an unaired clip.
The thing is, I love the fact that she had a go at them, saying, oh, they had a go at my looks. No, they didn't have a go at your looks. They had a go at the fact that you had manufactured your looks.
Yeah,
your modern looks.
Exactly.
Because that's they weren't having a go at your looks, sweetie. Just going the fact that you've had so much plastic surgery that you don't look like you anymore.
Exactly. That like she couldn't, but she never admit that, right? Not without taking another, canine life.
She probably did. Just the first one she saw.
She probably went to the local SPCA after watching that episode and just said, leave the building. And then just went in with her gun and did exactly what the credits showed you.
I'd like to adopt a puppy. Oh, which one? All of them.
Yeah. Can you line them up in the back with their hands tied behind their, She'd be like, yeah. Do you know how to set up what we call a Gestapo killing?
Yeah, just at the back of the head. Back of the head.
Exactly. Fucking mutt.
Just couldn't even face it.
Oh my God. Oh man. Too funny.
Oh God, come on.
Oh,
got a light problem.
Oh no. Lighter problem. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Let's try a bit of gas.
Blue flame. I got a spark. I just need gas. Oh man.
Oh, it's better.
I've seen many people at parties and stuff do that whole light their fart. I've seen some do it successfully and some do it where they literally do the dance of, oh, fuck, that was a bad idea. And at that moment, you can always tell whose ass is truly hairy or not, because that's the reaction you're seeing.
I saw a clip, but I think it must have been yesterday, of some guy, with a firework, a rocket, and he was holding the stick with his teeth.
What the fuck?
And the rocket was like, and he was thinking, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? And obviously, his face basically just went red as the whole fucking thing ignited. I mean, what the fuck, you
wow. And in about 7 years, when he can eat solid food again, we'll hear what he has to say about his actions. Holy shit.
I mean,
given a dinky little Etsy's motor, like a rocket motor, right? When it ignites, if it's that close to your face, you have surgically attached lips at this point, and they weren't yours originally.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, hey kids, don't Don't play with fireworks because they're dangerous. Yeah, we know this. It's just fucking gunpowder, we know that. But this is a grown man.
Yeah.
How drunk and stupid can you be? Go, I'm going to hold in my teeth and launch it. Yeah.
It's like watching Grandpa Bill do the Tide Pod challenge, right?
Morons.
Yeah.
That's one less vote.
Yeah.
MAGA.
Yeah. You know what? If we could just get MAGAites to all try launching model rockets from their mouths, we might be onto something.
Let's start a MAGA TikTok trend.
Yes. Right. So, Dunk, if you could do up a fake video of me doing it, you do the right. And I'll look and I'll go, see, the power of MAGA has saved me. And right?
I can hold 2 hand grenades in my mouth and pull the pin with my toe.
But watch me launch your love rocket from my teeth.
Oh dear.
All right. So here we have a plan. We know how to deal with these monsters.
Yeah.
We just have to burn them alive.
Never mind redrawing the lines.
Yeah.
To win votes over. just
end.
Just end 50% of the votes.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, at this point, it's going to be about 38%. But yeah, no. Wow. Dick is the Oh, okay. I don't know if Duncan Stewart, is there supposed to be a comma after Dick? Like Dick as the button down conservative MAGA convert. I made money. Like, are you so? Because you're not. It's got to be Duncan, right? I don't know how to read that properly.
I don't know.
You see, Dick is the button down conservative MAGA convert, comma, I made money. Okay, so he's saying he's the button down conservative MAGA convert. You're not saying you converted to MAGA. You're saying away from, right?
Yeah. Oh, not too sure.
Yeah.
And he made money.
Yeah.
He must have. He must have converted to MAGA and works for President Trump, and therefore, just gets a few shekels from the president every now and then.
He did a meme coin of himself naked in a red hat before he left, so he could take some cash.
JD Vance. He's holidaying in the Cotswolds in the UK.
What?
Yeah, he's in the UK. He's in Clarkson's farm territory.
I was just going to say we should send Caleb over to kick his ass.
Well, you don't have to because everybody else in the Cotswolds are.
I can only imagine how much they would hate that arrogant piece of human shit.
Even
the council would go, holy fuck, you're arrogant, right?
Well, the person who he's rented, he's got this like beautiful mansion that he's renting, and he's obviously got his whole fucking entourage in there. And the person who owns the person who owns it has had to it's sent a letter out and it's been leaked, apologizing to everybody for all the for all the upset. Because everyone's pissed off. There's been road closures. It's because you can't go there because JD Vance is down there. And there's been like a van driving around the village with
ICE agents
with LCD screens all around it, showing off that that stupid meme, stupid face of his. The bold blobby one.
Yeah,
has been driving around. It's just like everywhere with his fucking face on it because everybody's like pissed off.
Yeah. Wow. You know what I heard? I heard of all the people that have been vilified by South Park so far in the Trump regime, he's the only one that took it with a grain of salt. He did one tweet and he said, "I guess I matter," or "I've arrived," or something, and he showed him as Tattoo from Fantasy Island, in the second episode, right? He's the only one that was able to take a fucking joke. So as much as I think he's a couch and buffer, sexually twisted, hard right leaning sociopath, at least he had the right sense of humor out of the whole fucking group.
It'd be funny if he just like said, "Fucking funny."
Yeah.
Who was it in the UK?
I hope
never miss an episode of Spitting Image. I think it was Margaret Thatcher or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. It was just like ripping everybody apart. I think it was Margaret Thatcher. I might be wrong on that, but there was someone big in UK politics who just like loved watching.
She was thick-skinned enough to be able to take that, I think, Yeah. I mean, like thick-skinned, like, the leather they would put in an old Rolls Royce kind of, but still.
Oh dear. Mind you, Margaret Thatcher in Spitting Image, she was actually still quite a strong lady, and they really didn't take the piss out of her. They just used her character to take the piss out of the rest of the cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah. She made everybody their bitch,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny.
She was tough as fucking nails, man, that one.
Not
always right. Not always right, but
yeah. She was wrong in so many ways.
Her administration's dealings with what she did to the British car industry alone is fucking criminal,
everyone remembers the coal miners strike.
Oh man, yeah.
She did not give in.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't have gone on strike, you silly pillocks.
She had a lot of Ronald Reagan in her. Not the cock, but the attitude and stuff, right?
I think she had more Ronald Reagan in her than Ronald Reagan had in him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, if it was her and not Reagan, the whole thing with the USSR and America wouldn't have softened like it did. Holy fuck, no way.
I tell you what, Britain could do with another Margaret Thatcher right now. I mean,
a
bit torrenty. I was talking about this with the missus the other day. About the fact that in the United States, there's no singular person really like coming forward to become like the anti-Trump, and that's what we need, the anti-Trump.
Yeah.
And I kind of get pissed off with this, because a lot of things people just like complain and whine and stuff like, it would take 10 years to put America back to where it was before Trump. No, it won't. It would take as much time as it took Trump, because all you need is someone who's on the opposite side of Trump, the anti-Trump.
Yeah.
But with a similar attitude. Just change the law, change that, done.
Yeah, but you can do all those changes, but you still have international trade agreements that are now done without the US and so on. And there's some lasting damage from this. You've got higher prices because of tariffs. Those prices aren't coming down afterwards. No corporation is going to go, we don't need the profit, we'll put the prices back. It's never happened before, and it won't happen now.
Yeah, well, not if you have an anti-Trump, because he'll force it.
Yeah, but you can't force capitalism to change their prices. That's an oxymoron unto itself.
You tax them, you kick them in the bollocks, you waterboard them until they change their mind.
But it's been proven like time after time. After a tariff run, the prices don't come down. They don't.
Yeah, I know you've been saying that a lot.
Yeah.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and Trump knows this as well. He knows that this is really good for the top end of business, but the workers, everybody earning the money for the top, will get fuck all of it.
I'm sure there's a way.
Well, there is. Every single person decide that you don't need a union, you need solidarity, and everybody just stops, and all the people at the top go, holy fuck, are we screwed? And boom, you get more money. It's that fucking simple. But unless everybody stops bickering about stupid bullshit and focuses on what really matters, the cost of living and your ability to afford it, it ain't going to happen. Right? That's the great thing about unions, is it gives the perception of power to the people, but only a certain percentage of the people have that power. And that's why, if you're an auto worker, you can afford a mortgage. But if you work as the manager of a donut shop, good fucking luck.
Yeah. Yeah, it always pisses me off. You have someone who, is a leader of a union, and they're living in a fucking mansion somewhere and telling all the workers to go on strike, and so they don't get paid. But meanwhile, he's still pulling in the union fees and still making shitload of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hated that side of unions. You feel like they're working for you. They don't give a shit.
But there's and then there's the whole side of unions where if the top brass aren't just stupid ass multi-billionaires or whatever and actually just making an honest wage because it's a small company trying to get bigger, if they get unionized, you can get yourself priced out of the market just due to labor. So there's a downside to it as well. But for the most part, I agree with the idea, right? But as soon as it becomes us versus them, politicized power instead of a fair wage based on how much is coming in, then it's bullshit again, right?
Yeah. Like you say, as soon as you start levying power,
then it's bullshit.
When there's none to give.
Yeah. But right now, the average worker has power because there's a few people just raping the world for massive cash. And there's a massive population of us that are doing all the work and getting fuck all. So just stop the gears and watch what happens. Well,
Grunge thing. We're not going anti-union. We're just pointing out.
No, not at all. Yeah. I'm not an anti-union person, Go. Make sure you get every fucking bit you can. I totally agree with it, I just don't like it when it becomes a power play. And I wish it was everybody was in a union as a worker, not just the lucky some, right?
Yeah.
That's all. I'm not against it by any means, right? Fuck. No way.
Did Amazon get their union in the end?
Country to country, that would be a very I'm not sure question. Let me just get a drink here. Hold on.
Because I know people. Yeah, go on, piss off, get your drink. Because I know people were fighting for it. Back in the was it last year before? But it certainly felt like it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, join the union. It's all right. You're out. You can be replaced in 5 minutes. We got another Amazon worker in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Stacked up in boxes on the shelves.
Yeah, we're growing 20 more right now.
Cloning unit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you go to Starbucks. Those people move and work pretty good. You go to more of a Tim Hortons type donut shop. Those people move and work a little bit harder, even, I would say. You go to a McDonald's and they're flailing trying to keep up in the background. They have all these weird time restrictions and restraints and all this stuff and blah, blah. And these are people giving us food and they get paid fuck all.
Well, last time I went to McDonald's, I thought about handing out slippers. Everybody was moving so slowly.
Oh, not here, man. Holy shit. In my town, because we're very touristy and in our summer months and stuff, people move and shake at those jobs, man. And when you're watching it, if you actually think about being them and the fact that they're probably getting about 60 cents better than minimum wage, but McDonald's is raking in how much a year is a company, it makes you sick.
It does.
It's
So bring back communism.
But there was a time and a place in even in America and whatnot, not that long after World War II, where just simply having a steady job, being there for like 8-9 years. Maybe you started as a janitor and now you're like floor supervisor for one section of your department store. Boom, you were getting a mortgage. That's not happening now. Not even close, man.
There was a story that highlighted this sort of thing the other day I saw, and it was about a guy in the 50s. He was a shitty, door-to-door salesman, and he had 3 families and 3 houses that they didn't know each other.
Wow.
They didn't know, but like he could afford 3 houses and 3 families,
right?
As a shitty, door-to-door salesman.
Yeah, it's the filler brush, man. Right?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's incredible because that really puts it in perspective. I know it's a completely different story, but it puts it in perspective, like how much you were worth.
Oh yeah.
If you could afford that, doing a crappy job like that. It's like, and these days, a lot of people in America, I mean, they've got 3 or 4 fucking jobs just to get through the week.
Go to a big center like Vancouver, Seattle, LA, New York, Toronto, whatever. And go to your average person that works at a coffee shop and bust their ass all day and they're sore at the end of the day, like they feel it and whatnot, and they have not only a 2-bedroom apartment with a roommate, but they have a second roommate. So somebody lives in the living room. So there basically isn't a living room, right? Yeah. I mean, how enjoyable is that existence and how unfair is that?
Yeah.
It ain't right. I totally am not anti-capitalist. I fully believe that somebody should be able to invent a thing, make a business, yada, yada, or, put a few bucks into things, start your drywall company, start a business. I'm fully about the open, free enterprise system and whatnot. But when these people are living the fucking life at the top, paying the workers barely over minimum wage, we got a fucking serious problem, right? That company can afford to do better. Yeah, I don't like it,
the rate of income has not kept up with the rate of everything else. It's just
not even close. We've got a minimum wage in British Columbia of like $18 something an hour, I think it is, maybe high 17s, low 18s, whatever it is. That's not enough for you to live any sort of life at all in any center of a town or city that's not poor.
Yeah.
Right? You can't even afford a bachelor suite. How?
Well, also when you take in considerations like, you commute to work, that's $18 a day. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to grab some lunch. That's another $18 a day. So you just lost 2 hours of your day just getting to work and eating.
Yeah.
So you can do the work. It's like fucking hell.
Yeah, man. It's too much. I can see why people are getting really sick of minimum wage jobs where all they can see is a time when they turn 65 and they get some stupid ass little pension and they wouldn't even be able to afford a retirement home. They'll be pushing a shopping cart.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's get we're going to start a fundraiser right now. Let's you and me. Let's buy an island somewhere and start our own country.
Good idea.
Yeah, emphasis on the cunt. And
so you're in charge then.
Yeah, no. Well, I tell you what, Epstein's island must be going cheap. I guess we could just buy that. Nobody wants to touch that.
Yeah. But you have to bring in a hazmat team to clean up all those DNA.
It's full of young, beautiful women, but we won't talk about that.
Dear God, no, we'll have to fundraise extra just to get them home. You know,
it's obviously got an airport because the plane
yeah,
land there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll buy Epstein's Island. We'll do it up. We'll paint it up, and
Hold on, let me
everybody
get my
can move
phone
in.
because I'll give Trump a call. I'm sure he knows where it is. Oh, hold on.
He's probably buying it himself. Don't give him the idea. He'll turn it into a golf course.
Yeah. For young, beautiful women.
Yeah. She's the 19th hole.
Oh, dude, dear God. That was a really good one, but nasty.
Well, it is Trump. And he's gonna, he'd be nasty.
Yeah. Melania will be the ball washer thing at the first hole. Just sitting there with her mouth open.
See, I think, we talk about, I wonder if there's like any particular country in the world which isn't shit. It doesn't treat everybody so bad. I mean, apparently Sweden's pretty good, but it's got some odd things goes on with that.
Sweden's got this weird war against the car and it going fast in any way, shape, or form, and I have a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah, but you can carry a gun in it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want guns. To be honest,
was that Sweden or Switzerland? I can't remember the Top Gear story. But anyway, yeah, there must be some like decent countries out there. The cost of living's okay. Tax is okay.
Monaco.
I think house prices might put us down.
Yeah,
we could get.
Yeah, 22 million for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could get a 2-bedroom apartment. We're raising money for 22 million for a 2-bedroom apartment, and we're gonna fill it with 6,000 people.
Yeah, immigrants. Yeah, but don't worry, though. It's really low taxes, so somebody came up in my recommended feed. I think her name was Mary Trump. Is she his sister?
There was something. There was something about a sister or something that's been coming up.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but it looked like she actually was saying, like, I know him and he's a piece of shit. And interesting. Niece. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, there has been somebody in the Trump family has been saying
that's right
about him for quite a while.
Yeah, that's right. She's not old enough to be his sister. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, because without all the rebuilding like Kristi Noem gets, he would be,
Yeah, but she's old enough for him to date her.
So she's what, 16?
Because his daughter said no.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a super chat.
We got 2 shout outs to do.
Get on with that then.
Yeah. Okay. So we got NANA coming in with $6.66. And he says, I'm 47 and I have 2 roommates, a couple. I do it because it brings me my cost of living in half. Yeah, that I could see for sure. Right. Definitely. I know a few people in town here who do a similar kind of thing. They got somewhat paid off on the mortgage, so they turned the lower part of the house into a rental, upper to theirs, and away you go. Yeah. Pretty good strategy, actually. And hey, thanks, NANA. And NANA as well gave out 5 Shills membership. Come on, Mario, that's 5, you little prick. Fucking, it's that thing. They get a job with Nintendo, they get lazy, Yeah,
let's get Sonic the Hedgehog instead.
Yeah, exactly, right? He'd get through it faster. But hey, NANA, thank you
very, very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, where were we? What were we talking about?
I don't know. Yeah. That.
Oh, we were talking about, building our own country.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we should do that, right?
Mm.
You
We
know,
should invade Canada.
imagine, yeah, yeah. Well, there's a bunch of empty spots you could probably set up and nobody'd know, right?
That's not exactly an invasion. That's called squatting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if all of England came over to invade Canada, you could all squat and we probably wouldn't even know, right?
Yeah.
You know, one day we'd be like, oh shit, you even have power.
You'd notice us immediately because we all speak properly.
We'd notice right away because people would be like, what do you mean that's a beer? It's black.
Why are there 32 new fish and chip shops in the town?
Yeah.
Pie and mash and eels.
Yeah. And why does the batter have to be English? It doesn't matter what I speak. People going in, asking for chips. They get French fries. They want potato chips. You know, people just go,
We want crisps. we want crisps. We want the finest crisps. What the fuck are you talking about?
People drive into town and there's head-on collisions because nobody's driving on the same side of the road.
Oh, yeah, you'll soon move.
I highly doubt it. Imagine how many bus stops you'd have to flip to the other side just to do that, you know?
We'll do it overnight. We'll just move everything over.
Ceausescu, the guy from Romania, he did that once. He woke up one day and thought, you know, the country's leaning a little bit too far to the right, so we're going to switch and drive on the other side of the road. And all the buses would just let people out into traffic because the doors were on the wrong side of the fucking bus, man.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's simple. We should have drove them backwards.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, yeah. Somebody flip the transmission so it works again. You know, but yeah, imagine being that fucking crazy. You know, oh my god.
Oh. You just go to the driving techniques of India, where there's no left or right. Well, not even any roads. You just confusion.
Yeah, in India, they don't put a turning stock, you know, the little ticker thing for your indicators on the car, because by the time you bothered to hit it, you're already there. There's no point.
and you've taken out the 5 people riding that moped.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know, yeah. There was a family of 12 on a moped carrying 24 sheets of drywall and some 2x4s, but
and a buffalo.
Yeah. Which was the buffalo was carrying its pet mule. So, well,
no, the buffalo is a sacred cow. So that was there for luck.
Oh, okay.
Didn't work.
Starting to sound like an 80s pop song now.
Hey.
Oh.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, what's David Bowie? I stumbled into town just like a sacred cow.
I stumbled into town with a sacred cow. You don't need AI. I can do David Bowie.
You know, I'm not so convinced.
Well, let's face it, everybody else did.
So you know Mick Jagger.
Oh dear.
Funny stuff.
It's so they were all fucking at it back in the day, weren't they?
Yeah, they fuck anything to move, right? You know.
Yeah. So they talk about the sexual revolution. You think, everybody. Yeah. Oh, it's all love power.
David Bowie came over to our house once when I was young. As soon as he walked in the room, the fish stopped swimming, man. You know.
Don't move.
Exactly.
He
Might
can
fuck ya.
he can only see you if you move.
Exactly. Yeah. If he thinks you're dead, he can't molest you.
Oh no, another one on the Epstein files. Except David Bowie was on the Epstein files as a volunteer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He just showed up to see if there was anything there for his next album.
Oh, poor David.
That's where he came up with the song Modern Love.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
I love the vocal in that. Wow. You know,
Thank you. I thought I did very well.
well, I'll let you have that. But
You meant the original vocal.
yeah, I did. Funny thing, I remember when that album came out, I had no clue, but I found out relatively soon compared to the average person. But David Bowie's Let's Dance album is the first time you heard legendary, sadly passed on guitar player Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him for the whole album.
That's the first time.
Yeah, Bowie found him.
That surprises me.
Yeah, Bowie discovered him because he was in some bar playing and Bowie was just like, hanging out. And got him on the record, and Ray Vaughan was like, okay, but I'm doing this on the spec that I get a record out of it too, right?
Mm.
Yeah, which was awesome,
And David Bowie gave him his record. Yeah, I even signed it for you. Here you go.
Yeah.
That's not quite what I meant, David.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I got that thing going where I'm getting those burpees from the beers. It gets me, man.
When do you start talking like we're on fucking Teletubbies or something? I'm getting the burpees.
Well, Felix hasn't been home in like 4 days, right? So I think I'm having daddy withdrawal or something.
I'm getting my squishy moves in my mush mush.
Oh, that was almost in the night garden. Showing your true inner Brit there.
Oh, talking fucking code.
Yeah. One day I'll have to show my son's little doll of Upsy Daisy from In the Night Garden. It's from the first year that show came out. It's like all old school retro and mint shape and whatnot. I looked it up the other day on eBay, and they're up to like $90, $100 now. Wow. I remember I felt like an idiot when I paid like $45 for this fucking stupid doll.
You take like a photograph of it and just like put a cardboard cut out there and just put it on the shelf.
Oh, that wouldn't work. Yeah,
he won't notice.
No. When I first got him that doll, he'd sit in his recliner to watch a movie, and he'd put the little doll on his arm to sit with him and stuff. Oh yeah, it was hilarious. I got a few photos of that.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. Here, let me check my phone again just to see if my ex has figured out that she was totally fucking one-upped. Yeah, it still hasn't happened. Wow. For somebody who thought they were truly playing the game of destiny, they're really not, following up. And, Yeah,
maybe they just got like bad phone signal in hell.
Exactly. If Satan wasn't gay, I'm sure she'd be there with him.
He's not gay.
He is in South Park. That's why I said it.
He's not gay. He's pansexual.
He collects Hummels. He's gay. It's just that simple. I think he even has Birkenstocks.
Oh, we just lost 2 subscribers.
Hey, I'm just kidding. They're great sandals.
No, they're not. They're just sandals.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get cork sandals with leather tops for like $45, but
I mean, but actually, that's another thing. It's just
Did you ever
the
see that?
the obsession of people over brands of shoes and stuff like that. It's just like, God, it's just a fucking pair of shoes you put on your fucking.
There was an episode of South Park where the kids find out that the teacher they have, the new substitute teacher, the hot, sexy girl, is a lesbian. So they're out to prove that they're lesbians, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the one kid gets a pair of Birkenstocks. The second kid buys a record from some alternative band that was, I guess, known for,
Lesbianism.
Yeah. And the third guy is sitting there licking carpet because mom says you got to lick a lot of carpet to be a lesbian. I almost died. And then in the next scene, the one kid's eating a cardboard box because you got to eat box to be a lesbian. Oh, it was so funny. They didn't get it at all, right?
That last one's bad because it's the same joke.
Yeah, pretty much, right? And there's another scene.
They ran out of jokes. We're using the same one.
Well, there's another scene that's funny. The fat kid Cartman says, "Well, my grandfather's Irish and my grandmother's lesbian, and that makes me 1/4 lesbian." But the fat kid's the guy whose mother was in German Scheisse videos and stuff, right? So if you know the history, right?
Only you know the history.
The earlier videos are so funny.
You know what? That's what should be your new channel. For we'll make it up look like a history channel. In South Park, the history.
Dan comes to a realization that can seriously affect his life. Now let's play the scene.
No, you do it like a proper documentary, like what the world at war or something. And you doing a voiceover with a bit of music in the background, a bit of history.
Yeah. I bet Eric didn't realize that he was going to find out his mother starred in German Scheisse videos.
We do The Simpsons too, but you don't fucking watch that.
I watched the first couple of years, but it got a little bit boring because
first couple of years is nothing. That's just a fragment.
Yeah. But hearing little Bart Simpson do Eat My Shorts and stuff got really old quick. I watched again once it became the Homer Simpson show, and and I watched some of those, but I always found the Simpsons thought they were pushing the envelope, but they were doing it within the sponsor friendly way. Whereas when South Park came along, they properly pushed.
Yeah. It's like the same way as Happy Days, pushed the envelope. It didn't really, but it was popular. It was safe.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, they're still making The Simpsons. So they're not making Happy Days anymore.
That's true. I've seen The Simpsons from the Tracy Ullman show, and that's pretty rough. God. I'm surprised it got picked up, to be honest. Yeah,
but you got to think back. What was the alternatives back in the day? I mean, it was very, very unique.
Yeah.
Going back to the Tracy. I mean, that's why it's been copied so many bloody times. Family Guy and American Dad, and although American Dad was just basically a copy of Family Guy.
And then there's Bob's Burgers. That's just another copy. And
what's the other one? King of the Hill. They're just even Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead didn't exist until The Simpsons came out.
Yeah.
So,
The Simpsons did give validation to adult cartoons again, right?
Yeah. It did break the market.
Yeah. But it was still more as much for kids as adults, whereas South Park is truly not for children.
But then so was the Tracy Ullman show back in the day. That was pretty-
Yeah. She doesn't get enough credit for that. That
Nah.
was a good show. That was really good. I liked it very much.
Yeah, she had a comeback. It was all right.
I don't even know. Yeah.
It was all right. Yeah, I can remember it. It's the same with most of these people who do comedy sketch shows. They either stand out the test of time, they're just like remarkable, or they're just like, ha ha ha, that was funny at the time, and it's not particularly very funny anymore. And that's what happens to a lot of these things. They're just not particularly funny.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few come and go. That's for sure.
Yeah, even some of the classic ones we got in the UK. Not the 9 o'clock news. It's a bit like Monty Python. Like 90% of it is shit.
Well,
yeah, you know what I mean. You say well, but you know what I mean.
But
then there's the 10% that's absolutely flipping golden. And that happened to a lot of these sketch shows, and that's why you end up with these like clips on YouTube every now and then. It would just like show up. You go, oh yeah, I remember that. That was hilarious. Now I'll go and watch the series.
Speaking of YouTube, when you do that, like I don't know, 2 months ago, I watched a clip from the Carol Burnett show of Tim Conway and Harvey Korman just breaking character and laughing live, right? It was hilarious. And then YouTube was like, oh, so that's all you want to watch? No, stop it. Seriously.
Yeah, but YouTube is like a cat. It's like, oh, but you like me bringing that dead bird to your doorstep because you
but it wasn't
and caressed it and threw it in the bin. I'll bring you another one tomorrow.
But it wasn't 4 years ago. It's still YouTube 4 years ago considered everything I watched and gave me a nice rounded recommended stream. Now everything's based on the last 2 or 3 things I watched only, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, stop it. YouTube's about to lose my premium subscription, even though I kind of need it for my son, because it's just, I spend as much time clicking not interested as I do watching shit now. It's driving me crazy.
I bet you your YouTube premium subscription has nothing to do with the algorithm about what's being suggested.
No, I agree. But
I mean, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be watching another 10 videos about how to, undercoat my car.
Well, okay, but I have other things with my server and stuff, and it's getting to the point where with my home server, my Unraid server, I can install one of those clients for YouTube where you don't get ads and stuff, and I don't have to pay them, and my son could use that portal and not see the ads, because I don't want him seeing all the bullshit, like those ads from Gaia. Oh, did you know that the pyramids were built by aliens? I didn't know that, jerk off, because they weren't, you fucking tool. And do you want to shave my balls? No. And all that, I don't want them seeing that crap.
It's interesting how ads on YouTube seem to go in cycles, because I've not seen a Gaia video ad for ages.
Well, they don't have money. Yeah, right. They're saving up,
Yeah. But what I am seeing is, 40-year-old Japanese men saying they're 80 and doing Tai Chi.
Oh, God.
And they got badly lip synced kind of like videos go, oh, you should be doing Tai Chi. And it's not just like one video, it's like 10.
Yeah.
And what they do when they start advertising, they won't just do one advert, they'll put out 10. So even you go, oh,
different
don't recommend
lengths and the whole bit.
Yeah, I don't want to see this. Oh, okay, you don't want to see that video about. Oh, okay,
we have 3 more from them. Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck yeah, you bastard.
Yeah. Well, it's when you're talking about ads like that, that also pertains to the YouTube algorithm right now, though, because YouTube has that stupid fucking promote tab now. And creators can pay to stuff their videos down your throat in the recommended feed. And that's what's going on, right?
Yeah, I don't see much of that.
Are you kidding?
Although I'm not too sure how you can spot it.
Well, one way you can spot it is you've got a new creator that comes out of nowhere and they've got really polished sound and scripting and camera work and the whole 9 yards, and they have 400 views, but YouTube won't take them out of your recommended feed until you tell them to. That's paid for. Guaranteed.
I've not seen much of that.
Oh, I'm getting a bunch of it, but also I'm getting it from creators who used to get like 3 million views on a video, and now they're getting 250,000. They're paying for views now. And it used to be that you would get ridiculed if you went and paid for views through external companies, right? Now YouTube lets you do it right through them.
The ironic thing is you might be getting more of those because of the premium subscription.
It could be, right? You know, because YouTubers usually make more from a premium subscribed person like myself than they do from advertisements. That's an absolute fact, right?
Anyway, talking of which, Mr. Fancy Pants, the 8-bit guy, he's got a video out. His computer is finally on sale.
It's been on sale for a while.
Well, no, he's got a video out saying it's out on sale.
Are you sure that's not from a little while ago? Check the date.
No, it was a new video. I think he's just reminding people that it's actually on sale. And it's been out on sale for ages and it hasn't sold any. So he's got another video coming. Yeah, it's out on sale, you bastards. Buy it. Buy my 8-bit computer.
He's on a real uphill battle. Remind me, this is what we're saying. Just let me get a drink because, oh my God, his feature creep, attention to detail, and so on did not do him any favors.
His feature creep. I have to get back to that one. Yeah. Well, if you don't know the 8-bit guy, he was some dude who, he's obviously, you get it. He's into 8-bit computers, and he designed and built his own 8-bit computer, and he's been putting it together. And apparently, it's now about he wrote software and stuff like that for 8-bit computers, like
kernel and everything.
Like, less people care about that than he thinks. But anyway,
well, it's even more than that. Like, he was trying to recreate what would be the Commodore 65. If you go back to his early videos on I'm going to make my dream computer, what he's trying to do is give us the next Commodore 64, the one thing Commodore never gave us, right? So, and at first he was like, I want this to all be real chips, no FPGA, no faking and all that. And then he ended up having to use like a fakey FPGA type video solution. And so he ends up with this board computer that has all these chips on it. And he's got a bit of a case for it and then a kind of a cheap keyboard for it and stuff. And you end up paying about $600 American for a computer that's basically code for code compatible with a Commodore, like a 64 or something. And its machine language, if you want to go that route, is basically identical, but not quite. And you've also got people out there with like the Mega 65 that was released by somebody else and a few other people, and their computers are half or a third the price because they just said fuck it and used FPGA chips and stopped trying to source old school things and stuff. And they left the 8-bit guy in their dust by doing it that way. And their systems are already in proper cases and the whole bit and been out on the market. And they're not selling super huge either because, like you were saying, the market for an old 8-bit style computer that you could sit down and code games in BASIC on and stuff, How many fucking people want this?
Yeah,
And
the kids can't wait to get their hands
I
on it.
know. And he's selling his for like $600 on the, if we can just sell enough of these ones, we can redesign it to make it cheaper and stuff. But then you go to Neil at the Retro Collective. It used to be the Retro Man Cave. And they have a Mr. Multi-System they sell with a custom-made board. It's a 3D printed case, but it is pretty good. And it works out to be like 260 pounds or something. And it's got the PGA chip and all that on it. And it can do everything his Commander X16 can do and more. And it's like less than half the price.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that he actually stopped doing YouTube videos to the point where it affected his income on YouTube, thinking that he was just going to be a new computer maker, and it did not work. Not at all.
Yeah. PJ was in the chat. He got bored of the 8-bit guy. I mean, the thing is also, you're selling to a really, really small market. I mean, let's be generous and say you're going to be selling to people who are 50 and over.
Yeah.
So 50 and over, who's going to be buying this bloody thing? How many people actually fucking care? How many people have got the time? And how many of those aren't quite just happy just doing it through an emulator if they're just going to do it? They're just because they're just titting around. They're not doing anything. They're not breaking the world. No. Back in the day when these 8-bit computers came out, they were reconfiguring the computer industry of the day. Yeah. Now they're kind of like meaningless.
Nowadays,
why not do that?
Nowadays, I can buy a joystick with video cables on it for $60 that can play every one of the games his system can do. But it's $600 to buy his versus $30. I just don't. You know what they did even? They went and fucking acquired one of those stupid expensive machines that liquefies solder so you can lay your chips on the board and just have your board float over this bed of solder.
Yeah.
Right? But it was bending the boards. They couldn't make it work. He just thought he was going to buy this machine and go, oh, there we go. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You don't just buy a car and figure you could change the pistons, Well,
the other thing that PJ brought up in the chat was the channel that bought Commodore.
Oh yeah, Chris Simpson's Paraphractic. I really, really dig what he's doing with the whole idea, and I hope it truly works. But there's another group who are saying,
what's the plan?
Right. Well, his plan. So, okay, first let's sort out what we're talking about here. So the Commodore brand has been sold and resold over the years since they went bankrupt. And technically there's two people that have rights to Commodore. There's one company who says they're the proper rights holder. I doubt their claim. And they say they have the rights to the trademark for the Commodore name. But Chris Simpson, I think his name is, whatever it is, Paraphractic, Retro Recipes is the YouTube channel. He does a lot of content as well on Knight Rider. For some reason, he's really addicted. But he literally got a little group of people together and has bought or is purchasing, but I think he's bought it, the rights to all the original Commodore patents and stuff for the technology. And he has come out and said, we're going to stop this bullshit that's been going on for years where the Commodore name is just slapped on stupid crap. And they've already brought out a full FPGA recreation of the Commodore 64. It's actually based on somebody else's recreation. They're just legitimizing it and giving it the name.
Sorry, just explain it on FPGA.
Yeah, I've said that a few times. It is a field programmable gate array. And basically what it is a processor, a CPU is just a whole whack of gates on off, 1 or 0, right? And a field programmable gate array is one that's meant to be reprogrammed in the field so that you could say, well, I want these gates to work as the video chip. I want them to work this way to recreate this chip and so on. So you can literally, like, you can take an FPGA chip and program it to be all of the chips from an original Nintendo NES console. And when you run games on that system with the FPGA, the cartridge will really think it's running on an original Nintendo. There's no emulator lag, nothing. So an FPGA can be whatever the hell you want it to be.
So it's basically like an old EEPROM sort of kind of thing deal.
Yes, but more powerful because you can use modern speeds and stuff. And right. So like there's a famous, well, sort of famous. Hold on. There's a sort of famous FPGA going around right now in the retro computer world called the Mister. It's a DEC10, I think it's called. And it's the Mister multi-system. So independent programmers know that chip, and they've programmed it to be the original Nintendo, the Sega Master System, the Sega Genesis, and so on. And you can buy yourself a Mister system. There's a bunch of people that put them together, about $300 American. And it will emulate everything, the old arcade machines and so on, up until like PS2 or so, maybe even like PS3. And it's not emulation like on your computer, but it's actually recreating the original chips in its chip. And as such, it works perfectly.
How's that work with copyright though? Because it's basically stealing the BIOS.
You're not stealing the BIOS by recreating the chips, but there is still the need for a BIOS file. That is the copyright part. So, like when people write these cores, they write a core for the chip that lets you play Sega Saturn games or whatever. But you still have to download and install your own acquired BIOS files, right?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm distracting you from the original question. So the Commodore guys, what they're gonna do with it?
Yeah, well, they have the rights to all the original code, right? So now what they're doing is they're reaching out to other developers that were writing some of the classic Commodore games to try to get the rights to include them in packages and stuff. And they say they're going to honor the legacy of Commodore properly. I'm not sure what that means, but the Commodore brand has been strapped on stupid shit over the years repeatedly that was stupid. So, I think what he means is they're going to try to make a fair living off the name within the retro scene of it all. And instead of just bringing out stupid throwaway plastic junk, they should be bringing us shit that's good. I still don't even know what that means, right? I don't understand how somebody's going to bring out a Commodore 64 based product and make me pony up anywhere near $300 for it. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, you could buy a Commodore 64. I mean, again, it goes back to the whole point about the 8-bit guy, creating an 8-bit computer that, you can buy it. And who, why?
Exactly.
Just like it's like the enthusiasts who buy vintage cars.
Yeah.
You can't fucking drive in them. You can't go anywhere.
That depends on what vintage you're talking about now. So, but I get your point. I get your point.
You know what I mean, though. It's just like, oh, it's sunny. It's a Sunday. I'll take the vintage car out and go for a little drive. And it's a bit like that. It's not like it can. It's not like it can be your go-to computer.
No. They actually did that. Somebody took the Commodore 64 bread bin design and turned it into a case for a micro board, whatever PC. And I mean, it's not comfortable to type on. Why would you do that? I don't understand,
Mm,
it's all
yeah.
elevated and wrong, right? We learned better, why would
I
I
mean,
do that?
I see a lot of things in the computer world on YouTube, and you go, yeah, that's cool. I don't fucking want it. And who does?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, people taking a Mac Mini, and then building a laptop and a keyboard and a screen, and you use your phone on. It's all 3D
It's called the
printed.
MacBook Air, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it's all very cool and janky.
Yeah. I've seen a few of these Cyberdeck builds.
Why?
And then when they're built, they show you how it would be good for, network assessment and a few. And I'm like, seriously? Nobody, 30 people like in my town would want that best,
Yeah. I'll get a laptop for £100 on eBay.
Yeah,
and do all that.
yeah. Why do I want to do a whole weekend worth of effort to turn a Raspberry Pi into not a laptop?
I mean, okay, that's the point. It's cool. It's like the
Stupid,
guy.
but it's cool. Yeah.
It's like the guy who did an x80 processor full computer system in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And the spreadsheet, well, you have to click on it for every clock spin away.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking genius.
Yeah.
But the amount of time you put into that is like, fucking why?
Mm-hmm. There's a guy I saw, and he was like building my own home video projector. And he put out the video, and the comments are all, I can't get this to line up. I can't, and all these idiots who tried to follow it along as if it would be easy.
Yeah. That's why you just buy the shit.
Yeah, that's why they sell projectors.
Yeah, just go to Temu and buy a shit one.
I don't know about that, but
well, you know what I mean. Though, buy a shit one. It's still going to be better than the one you just tried to build yourself.
Exactly. Right? I mean, the projector I have was some $240 one from Amazon, and I bought it 6 years ago or whatever, and we still take it outside. We beam it on the side of the house. It's like 140-inch or whatever fucking wall. The kids sit around and watch a movie,
Yeah.
Why would you bother trying to build one? It's just,
I think the problem is, especially on YouTube, you'll see a lot of videos. It's like something I can do. I can do a thing. Do I need to do it? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. But I can do it. It's like going back to computers. It's like the guy. I can't remember the other channel, but the guy who just like rebuilds Mac computers and then installs other shit on it, other OSs to try to make it do something just slightly better than it did before. But it's still like OS 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do with it?
I know that fucking Action Retro guy does that. He grabs some 20-year-old machine and goes, "Can we put Linux on it and make it useful?" And I'm thinking to myself, it has the same processor as other Macs you've done that with for the last year, you dipshit. We both know it's not gonna work, right?
Yeah. And even if it did, it's not particularly useful. You just buy a second-hand Mac on eBay.
I mean, it's just going to go pop. Whereas you can buy some Core i5 MacBook Pro for $300 these days because the M chips are out, right?
Well, that's the thing you say. Talk about it goes pop because half the times they're replacing all the capacitors in it. Because
them, right? And they have to come up with a strange solution for the SCSI interface and stuff.
Yeah.
If it has SCSI, there's no point in using it.
Or it's got some strange video out, and you got to You got to have like 3 or 4 dongles all like latched together.
You got to sacrifice your neighbor's children to the gods of video adapters, right? And one finally shows up at Free Geek or something.
Oh dear.
Oh. I mean, I used to go down to a recycle place in town years ago when my son was young. And I'd pick up all kinds of cool retro computers. I picked up some early Apple IIs and all kinds of shit. And I'd just dust them off and make them look nice, turn them on. Do they work? Yep. Put them on eBay. And people would spend way too much money on this junk. Now, I wish I was doing that now, but the place they're onto it. They won't let me have those things anymore, right? Right. But all these people doing this, they've all replaced the capacitors. They've all fixed the power supplies. And then one day you're going to turn it on. The RAM chip failed. Okay. Oh, next time it's the next one. Oh, now it's the video chip. Oh, it's an Atari computer. Where do you get that? Well, we got to sacrifice it from another. And it's just a never ending losing prospect at this point. Right.
Oh, yeah. I've got an Apple I computer. And I switched it on. Well, can I install OS 10 on it?
I got an Apple I. I can't play Hangman, but it's really cool.
That was the thing. Is like, what games does it come with?
None.
It's like, none. It's called switching it on and hoping it works.
Yeah, it doesn't even have ASCII, man. It has a character set.
Hey, talking of shit, I saw another video about some headphones. I don't know about about them. Called the Jacqueline Float. Have you ever heard of these headphones?
I'm scared to ask.
You have to look them up because they are janky as fuck.
Are they? What are they called? What are they called?
Jacqueline Float. JECKLIN space float.
Okay.
There's some remarkable images of this. It's like a cardboard box you stick on your head with speakers. There you go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's a pretty decent picture.
What is my God, look at this poor son of a bitch. He looks like somebody who auditioned for THX 1141 and got denied,
It's just the most bizarre fucking headphones I've ever seen. It's just literally like speakers.
Oh my God. I can feel the 3D printing from here.
Oh no, these are old.
What?
This is before 3D printing.
Yeah, but look at the banding.
Yeah, there was no 3D. There's no 3D printing.
Wow. What are they just made of? Little layers of plywood?
I don't know.
Look at the screw above his right eye. Look at the screw. They are little thin bits of wood.
Actually, that's the. I'm looking at those ones. Those are quality ones. You should see the really fucking weird ones.
Oh my God! Wow! Wow! I'm sure Apple will try to sell them to us soon as an advancement.
Yeah. I saw that. So I got to get Dick a set of these.
Look at the piece of metal and holding the front two together. It looks like it was raided from a child's lawn chair.
Yeah, but if you look at the original ones, it is literally like an arch piece of plywood that goes over the top of the head. That's almost stylish compared to the original version.
My God, it looks like some kind of cooling element for the supercharger in a 4-cylinder Honda. Oh,
I'm surprised I would say I'm surprised your dad didn't bring one of these back. On his.
Are you kidding? We had good hi-fi, man.
I was gonna say you probably looked at this. Fuck you! Get this shit out of my store.
Yeah, we had a Nakamichi piece of gear and a Telefunken. Like, there's no way my dad would have brought that shit. Oh my God! Look at that. You know, that looks like somebody trying to cosplay a shipping container. You know?
I bet PJ had a set.
You could probably put that on your foot and, you know, do well standing up in snow.
It is literally like just like strapping some speakers to the side of your head.
It looks like the kind of thing the lizard people would put on your head to make sure that they know what you know. Yeah, that's exactly what I want for Christmas is flat, uncomfortable speaker attached to my head.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that Sony figured it out for the Walkman, because imagine people walking around looking like that.
Oh, until they came with the Walkman, everyone was walking around with those big boom boxes on their shoulders.
Yeah.
We must make these smaller.
I remember a joke from that Larry Wilde guy that wrote those joke books, right? And what was it? Why do you never see a green ghetto blaster? Because everybody would think it's a watermelon. Jesus. It's really bad.
That is quite racist.
Oh, well, he was the king of that, but he was a Jewish man that brought out the Jewish joke book, and holy fuck, did he rip his own apart, right? Yeah, so I give him credit. Like, he gave it to everybody, right? He was like South Park, you know. Although, you know, it was the 70s, right? You know, or whatever.
Yeah. Did he send a copy to Netanyahu?
At this point, you know.
Yeah. Three Jews and a Palestinian walk onto a piece of land. 3 Jews leave.
Oh, God.
Or should I say 1 Palestinian leaves and 3 Jews stay?
Oh, it should be the other way. I'm literally at the point where I have to say, you know, I'm sorry to have to take sides. And I'm sorry if siding with somebody who's brown makes me bad, but Israel's got to fucking let up and fucking stop, man. That's too much now. This is right out of hand.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to bring you back to that because it's
I know. And I always said we wouldn't lay in on that one, right? But at this point, I can't help it anymore. It's fucking bullshit. Nobody should be killing each other over stupid political bullshit.
Yeah, but you'll be taken down because you're anti-Semitic.
I'm not anti anybody.
No, you're anti-Semitic. You're absolutely anti-Semitic because you're against Netanyahu, so therefore you are anti-Semitic. And, you're a bad person and need to be spanked.
Oh, God. Well, I've been hoping my neighbor would spank me. I figured, you know, well-endowed girl, it might be exciting. But
we'll do a fundraiser for that one day.
But yeah, if anybody ever tries to say that you're some kind of hater just because you don't like what the political nature of one country is doing to another or something, tell them to fuck right off, because this is not about race.
Yeah. Well, Trump is using the same playbook in his country too.
Yeah.
You know, fucking the whole crime thing in DC and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Let's bring in the military, clean up the town, and we're going to get telling all the homeless people to leave.
See, here we have the first spotting of the ghetto blaster. It turns out it was political. So
that is quite a small ghetto blaster, if I should.
Well, anything less.
It matches their penis size.
Yeah, well, anything bigger would be them admitting they have a bigger ghetto, so it's not going to happen, right?
Trump's going to get rid of the ghettos. He's going to get rid of the cows in DC.
This whole thing with DC and take over the police and stuff. I mean, I know it's a little bit in the paperwork because it's the District of Columbia. We're not talking about a state, but he's done the troops in LA. He's doing it here. Like this is scientifically, I guess we're not at a true pattern that you could use for prediction yet. And I don't think anybody could write a paper that would get peer reviewed yet, but I'm putting it on the line right now. This is just him testing more and more how far he can go, because when it comes push to shove, you can see what's going on in Texas. He has zero intention of letting any power go.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple about the thing is, you know, everybody's like going, oh, this is illegal. He can't do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, so.
Exactly. He's doing
it anyway.
Yeah,
because that's what an authoritarian does. Yeah. And quite frankly, you've left it too late.
Yeah, yeah.
You've left it too late. And it's just going to be more and more. I mean, people say it's distraction from Epstein. I don't believe it's quite just that, because he said he was going to, you know, do this kind of shit. But he's going to, you know. I mean, what about those zombie towns? You know, like, where the fentanyl is rife, and what's he going to do? Is he going to do like like put a bulldozer down the streets? You know, what was the film? Yeah, Soylent Green. Is he just going to all those zombie people and take them to Crocodile Alcatraz?
Doing something about hard drugs would be better than arresting people that do nothing but pick fruit and stuff and work in warehouses. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we're coming on 2.5 hours.
Yeah, let's bugger off.
Yeah, so we'll leave you with a thought. We're not sure, but we guarantee he has no fucking clue. Right? I mean, when you're being run by Stephen Miller and the Russian oligarchy, you know, how coherent could your message be?
Yeah.
You know, I got to get supper.
I'm kind of lost at this stage. I really am. I see so many trying to people to kick back demonstrations and stuff like that. It's like water off a duck's back with him. Doesn't care.
Sadly, the demonstrations are no longer anywhere near as strong as they need to be, because his attack on true democracy in America to grab control for him and the Republican Party is going on as strong as he can make it, and probably stronger now than it was before. And yet the protests are a lot smaller now because I don't know.
Well, no, actually, there was a massive one. Where was that? There was a massive one recently. It hardly got talked about.
Oh, that's the other thing.
I think I saw it on one video.
Yeah.
On the Midas touch.
Yeah.
Nobody else covered it, and it was huge.
Yeah. There needs to be so much mobilization, because if all you do is go to work and then come home and, you know, watch your show and stuff and feed the kids and so on, and you don't get them activated into it, and you don't, you know, be a part of it. I'm not saying every day, but, you know, 2 or 3, 4 times a month, you know, get out, spend a few hours. If everybody thought like that, there would be massive protests in every fucking American city every goddamn weekend.
No, I think it's just got to the point where the protests would be quiet, and it's too late. It's too late.
Yeah, when I see the footage now of people going out and protesting, other than the odd big event, I just see like there was one the other day, and they got together in some medium-sized city, and they did a hand-to-hand holding hands along Main Street, right? And
it was like 8 miles.
Yeah, and it was for 8 miles, which sounds impressive until you drive along the street and just go, what the fuck are those people doing standing there? Like it doesn't mean anything. It's not enough. You know, it's not enough. There's no way you're going to stop your country being stolen by watching it on television. You know, you got to get out there. I know it sucks. You know, there's better things to do, but if everybody gets out there, there's a better chance of the primaries coming up going the Democrats' way, and then Trump finally has checks and balances. Because, I mean, if you've been paying attention to the news recently, you know he owns the Supreme Court. They just do what he wants now, right? Yeah. So if the Democrats can't take the House or whatever to have that balance, that checks and balance, right? It all comes down to that.
It's quite simple. He's just not going to allow it. He won't even accept it.
Yeah. You'll see another attack on the Capitol, the whole bit. Oh yeah.
I think the only way out now is to get really nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you look at it, still one of the loudest voices for the Democratic Party is Bernie Sanders, who outright says, I'm not running.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, guys. I mean, you're Kamala Harris there. As soon as she lost, she just snaked away. She's hardly done anything. I mean, there's my cookbook. Yeah, exactly. For the love of God, there's no person, there's no thing, there's no rally point other than we don't like the other side. That's not enough to get enough votes, because as we saw, there was a lot of people that didn't like Trump, but they didn't vote for Harris.
No.
Right? Sorry, honey, but that's how it went. Yeah. So yeah, shit.
Yeah. What a jolly way to end the show.
Yeah. I got one word for you. Shit. Right?
Goodbye, America. It was really lovely to know you. Oh. Goodbye, America. Welcome to the Fourth Reich.
Yeah, there's the new America right there. Welcome to it, man. Squeaky tanks and all, baby.
I bet he's got a fucking model. He's talking about this whole stupid fucking ballroom.
Yeah.
He's going to add to the White House because that's one thing everybody's been clamoring for years. Because the White House needs
a ballroom notoriety.
No, everyone's needed a ballroom, I bet he's like fucking Adolf Hitler. He's got like a big model of Washington D.C.
I want it fucking now.
He's planning it all out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're not allowed in unless you goose step and click your fucking heels,
Sicher.
Exactly. Hey, we have that gag, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. And we all said it was funny.
Yes. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Huge thanks to NANA for the membership gift out in the super chat there as well. And we've also got thanks to our team. We got PJ CNET on the Shills account, Mexi Girl, Dave Worley, Carpasian The AI Alchemist, Jose Cervantes, Liam Wakefield, NANA, and Super Chat Matt as well. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you all again soonish.
That's right. So
maybe not soon enough or too soon.
Or slightly before or after soon, depending on when soon comes for you.
I'll check my calendar for soon.
So make like trees and get out of here.
Yeah, you buggers.